Testing 1 2 3. 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 Can you hear me? Great. And yeah, I can. Great. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Did you pull up your stream? Yeah. Okay. Great. So that way we can see what kind of delay there is. And I'll just hook you in here to one of these pages. How's your day? Oh, yeah. Yep. Wait till they're 3. Wait till they're 3. It gets more crazy. Our girl is gonna be 1 in 2 more weeks, and then our boy's 3.5. Oh. Yep. Can you flip your screen? Perfect. Okay, so that'll be that. Us talking. Okay. Yeah, so I need to make sure that when I start the real stream that I have my mic turned off. Okay, so let's go through this, and we'll start on this screen, which is where we're at now. Gonna turn the volume down and say hello everybody. Welcome to GMS Live episode 1. We're gonna rock and roll. And the point of this is to allow you to ask questions, get to interact with the guests that we bring on, and hopefully learn and grow as a coach. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our guest here. First is Chris McGowan, also Helen, subbing for Chris. How are you, Helen?
I am great. How are you doing, Dave?
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Any thoughts about taking this maiden voyage on GMS Live?
I'm pumped about it. I think it's something that we've needed to do for a while, and I'm excited to have you on board and just kind of running it. And I think this is going to be awesome for everybody that follows Gold Medal Squared, and just to get the word out there about, the right way to coach your teams.
Awesome. Okay, and our other guest here is Mike Wall down in Arizona. Mike, how's it going? Oh, it's going great. It's going great. It's going great. And 42nd. Okay. How's the quality? Okay. No buffering. Okay. Better than the one we did a few days ago? Okay. Good. Okay, so now here is Chris and Mike.
Nice.
On screen now. And here's our first question. Jump serving tips. Helen, teach us about jump serving.
Well, obviously, we're going to want to make sure that we talk about all of the principles first, and then we'll get into the keys. But we want to make sure that we know that serving or hitting is like throwing. So the motion that we're going to be doing with our arm is going to be similar for serving as it is for throwing a baseball or throwing a football or throwing a ball. And then we'll also talk about footwork. We like to talk about 4-step approaches. Some coaches do 3-step approaches, but we're going to be going over 4-step approaches for a jump float, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, great. And, okay, now I'm going to put a new question in here and see how hard that's going to be.
I like that look right there.
Which one is that?
So it's just got the question down below and then the 2-shot above. And I like that the question is just there while the people are talking, so you can keep it relevant to what's being said. I like that.
That's the goal. Okay, our next question is, what are the negatives of rotation defense, perimeter defense, and middle defense? And we should mention, if you're not subscribed to GMS Plus, head over to goldmedalsquared.com right now and check out GMS Plus. You could sign up for a free trial because we are going over these different popular defensive systems right now. We're halfway through with a defensive systems video series that we'd love for you to check out. So, Helen, what do you think? What are some of the negatives of these different defensive systems?
Well, I can speak very specifically, as in this weekend, I played against a team that had a perimeter defense. And stepping off the court. She was so deep in the middle of the court. And then the other 2 players, they were up pretty high. So we just said, just swing into the seams, swing deep, and then every so often, let's throw in some roll shots into the donut and at least get people on the floor, make it a little bit harder for them to get after the ball and just get them out of system. My players just annihilated this team. However, we were playing a middle defense. So we have our libero, or depending on who was back there, sometimes we have our outside hitters, because one of my outside hitters is the best defender on our team. So we put her in the middle of the court and switch our middle hitters to play left back or our libero to play left back in those situations. But by sitting just right in middle, we're able to see the hitter. We're able to pretty much ignore our terrible block that's in front of them and just dig so many balls. And we were able to convert a lot of balls and just stay involved in the rally. And eventually we were able to just terminate against this team because they were in no places where the ball was typically going to get hit. And so while yes, having a perimeter defense is good for touches off of the block that might go deep, or being able to pick up tips by having your left back and right back defenders up on the 10-foot line. We were able to pick that apart very easily. I was able to just tell my outside hitters, just swing line. You can hit off some hands, you can hit line. Two defenders are trying to defend that same area. And as soon as we hit line, they still weren't able to pick it up. And then we would go away from the line because they would start to shift and start to rotate their defense over a little bit. And we were able to just pretty much murder this team, which was awesome for me. So,
Okay, Mike, what would you say some of the negatives of these different systems? Okay, now Mike's going to answer. Okay, thanks, Mike. We also got another question about in-game coaching adjustments, which, of course, all coaches want to know how to be better in-game coaches. Helen, what do you think?
well, I used to use iStat to take stats on the sidelines, which is a really great program to, get all of the statistics that you need in a game to know who's performing the best. However, mid-match, it's not really all that easy. And so from set 1 to set 2 or during a match, I'm able to use GMS stats. And so I've been using that this whole season so far. And it's revolutionized what I've been able to do mid-match. I've been able to change lineups based off of what I see. I'm able to decide what rotation I should start in because of which rotation we either side out the most in or which rotations we earn the most points in. And so I've stopped starting my team in rotation 1 unless we were on serve receive because my outside hitter coming back is my best server. So we would either start in rotation 2 if we were serving, or we would start in rotation 1 if we were receiving, just so we could get out of that rotation right away and immediately get that next server back there to earn us a lot of points. And that's actually helped us when it comes to point differential because we've stayed ahead of our opponents by earning, a bank of points by just fixing that little rotation or that lineup. And that's really helped me make game time decisions. That's something that I've done.
Great, thank you. Okay, next question. How would you recommend changing things in a program gradually or all at once? Mike, you've been obviously a part of a lot of volleyball programs over the last several years. So what do you think about some of this? Okay, I think this looks good. Helen, what are you seeing on your end?
Monitor the comments. So how easy is it for you to be able to watch the YouTube stream and see the comments coming in and reply to those, or to at least see the questions and then pepper it into the stream?
I think what might be best is for you to be doing that and updating this Google Doc.
Okay, I can do
And
that.
I'll have this Google Doc open, but we
Okay.
also have this screen. So if
Yeah.
there is a lot of chat happening, I
Yeah.
could throw this chat screen on and, of course, encourage people to keep commenting and asking
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
But if you can copy paste from the chat,
Yeah.
which I imagined you'd be able to,
Yeah, I can do that easily.
then you can just copy paste, and I'll know that anything after question 13 is
Yeah.
a live question being asked, and so I can tease it that way.
Okay.
And that also will allow me to just copy and paste it into the document that's feeding OBS.
Okay. That's perfect. Yeah, I can
So,
do that. And it seems like there's a delay, at least, there's what we said, like 45-second delay, maybe a little bit less. So we'll just have to be aware of that, but I can easily just, whatever I see, I'll just copy and paste it into that document, and then you can kind of pick and choose.
I think I maybe intentionally chose a 30-second delay, I can take that off.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
think
what do you think would be easier? Because just when it comes down to like you guys having your conversation in Skype versus then what shows up to somebody that's 30 seconds later, then they comment on it, which will take them another 10 seconds to type whatever it is that they want to send, and then it pops up. I mean, it'll happen while somebody's talking, but will it then, if there's a 30-second delay, will it become irrelevant once they put the comment on? Like, will you guys have moved on to a new topic at that point?
Maybe. And so I'll take that 30-second delay off just in
Okay.
case.
Okay.
So it'll be
Yeah.
about 10 seconds delayed, which was what it was on Monday
Okay.
when we did it with
Yeah.
you watching.
Yeah, I think that's better.
I'm writing
Okay.
back to Mike White now. Check out the Google Doc Helen shared this morning. And then they could be following along this Google Doc also, I imagine, and they can maybe make bold or color a question that they
Yeah.
want me to ask.
Okay. You can ask them when did Mike say he was going to be able to call in?
He didn't
Did he say it
answer
was
yet.
going to be Okay.
No, he didn't answer yet.
I don't know if they're going to be they might be able to just leave that open and toggle back and forth, but I don't know if that's going to distract them while they're talking to like toggle back and forth, read whatever they see, and then jump back into the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if that's
good
going
point.
to make them. I would rather them for this one to just feel like they can just talk
And just let me ask the questions.
and just let you ask the questions. That just might be the easiest way. Once they get a little bit more comfortable with it, I think we could do that, but I don't want them to feel like they've got to jump back and forth and then their eyes are switching back and forth on the screen. I'd rather them to just be able to just look at the screen and talk.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to end this stream and go back and look at some of it, make sure all
Okay.
the audio sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good to me and it looks good on my end. I think it's awesome and I'm really excited for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, great, great.
All right. Thanks,
We'll-
Dave.
We'll keep in touch. How does this call to action look on your end?
I like it. I like that it's slower so people can read it if they want to. At least then it's just there. I don't know how many people are going to be really watching it, but I like just the little 3-shot that we've got on there with GMS stats and
Yeah.
GMS plus. I like that because then at least it's as people are coming in, they're like, oh yeah, clinic. I probably should sign up for that. Or, oh, I haven't reserved my week for camp. Oh, I should probably do that. Or,
Yep, totally.
whatever. Alrighty,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, thanks for making that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, stopping streaming in 3, 2, 1. Thanks.